Hola, bon dia, and welcome to another video from Portugal Dreams. It's been another very cold and bitter week again, but still very hectic. But we have still managed to get quite a few things done, including getting up the lovely Christmas decorations, and Mum has also been busy in the kitchen making marmalade. There has been some other things going on as well, so watch on if you want to see what we've been up to.
Another very frosty morning in central Portugal. But the sun's out now. It's clearing the mist nicely.
Another 10 minutes yet. Oh. What?
This is Dottie shouting for a tea.
Leave Alfie alone. He knows what time it is. No, not yet. You've set him off now, haven't you? 10 minutes. It's not ready.
Just grabbing his finger and trying to pull him out the chair.
No.
So I'm just starting the decorating for Christmas. I've got one long swag here right across the sideboard, and I've doubled it up. I've fluffed it all out and pulled all the greenery up because obviously it gets flat when you've got it packed, and put the lights in, and that's as far as I've got at the moment. I'll show you the rest in a moment. So that's the sideboard swag finished. I've got a candle in a jar. It's one of Yankee candles. It's sparkling snow, and I've put it in an extra vase as well just to make sure, and made sure that the greenery's not sticking out over the top. Then I've got some battery operated candles in as well, the twinkly lights. And the theme for this one is like coppers, which are mushrooms, little gold owl, and then lots of dried fruits and cinnamons and things. So that's one little piece of Christmas done. This week we're making orange marmalade. So I've got 1.3 kgs of oranges. They're all organic, given to me by a friend, and I've got those in 4 litres of water, nothing else, and they're on a slow boil. They're weighted down with a cast iron pan lid, just to make sure they stay well under the water, and I'm boiling them for 2 hours or until the skins are soft. So I've got 1.3 kgs of sugar in this bowl, and I've got 1.3 kgs of sugar in a bowl warming in the oven, and now I need to separate the orange juice and the oranges, so I'm going to get on with that. So I'm just going to take the oranges out of the liquid. The skins are nice and soft now, which is how they should be. And they need to just cool for a while. So that's just reserving the liquid in the pan. So next I'm scooping out the flesh from the oranges after they've cooled. They've not taken very long. And discarding the skin. You can cut some of the skin up very finely and pop it back in your marmalade, but I don't like the skin in the marmalade. I just like it as a pulp, as like a jam consistency. You put everything back in, including the pith and the pips. So I've put the flesh, the pips and the pith all back in the pan, and the juice that came out of the oranges while I was doing that back into the pan with the remainder of the 2 litres of liquid. That needs to come to the boil now for 6 minutes, and then we're on to the next stage. So that's been boiling, quite a rapid boil, for 6 minutes, and now I'm just going to try and strain it. I say try because the strainer is not balancing properly on there. Can you hold that on for me, Steve, as you're filming? Thank Thank you. I'll try not to splash you. And then with a wooden spoon I'm just going to press through as much as I can. So I've separated the pulp there and got most of the juice through into there, and I'll just continue and do that with the next batch. Quite a lot of pips and stuff left in the bottom of the pan, so I'll just scrape those out. And do the same with this as well. So I've got half the liquid in a bowl and half the liquid in the pan, and 1.3 kgs of sugar that's been warming in the oven, so 2.6 in all. There's some more weighed out in another bowl. Just going to gently pour that in there. Put the gas back on. And stir that until it's dissolved. So it says it takes about 10 minutes. The juice and the sugar have been on a rapid boil now for 20 to 25 minutes, and as you can see I also added some very fine slivers of the skin. I don't particularly like it with skin, but as it's going to be a gift for some people, I've just added a small amount. That has to cool now for 20 minutes and then I can pop it in the jars that have been sterilised. So that's the jar sterilised. And I'm just going to fill the hot jar with the marmalade, which has been cooling for 20 minutes. Might just be able to pour the rest of that in now actually. Might just get there and just get it to the bottom of the rim. I think that's all we're going to get. And then just pop the sterilised lid on loosely for now. And then I need to repeat that with the rest of the juice and the other half of the sugar that's warming in the oven at the moment.
So my house is quite small, so I'm not going to be able to fit in a tree this year, but I did still want to fit in a few decorations. So I decided to make a wreath for my front door. So it's just a plain wreath that I bought from, I think it was Homer, for about €10, a little bit of tinsel, a pack of baubles, and just to add a little bit more dimension, a big pink glittery poinsettia. Hello, Alfie. So just as a last touch to it, I am just threading this on. I've just twisted the wire to make it easier to squeeze on. I don't know if I'll actually help myself doing that. That should wrap around there. I know it does fit. And it's just a case of fiddling about with the leaves or the petals.
Yeah, that's nice. Can I just hold it up?
And then that will be going on my door shortly. And that'll be my first Christmas decoration in my house.
So I'm also going to make my own wreath this year. Ellie Rose and I always make decorations at Christmas. We pull them apart afterwards, and the following year we'll change them and use them in different displays. Use the same things but in different displays. This wreath came from Auchan and it was €10. And I've gone for the candy cane theme. So I bought some little sweets, some candy canes and the lollipops. I also bought the candy cane ribbon and then just some other ribbons as well, just in case I need those. I might not actually use them in this display, but we'll see how we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is make the bow. Oh wow, it's pouring it down outside. So I'm just going to measure and see what length I think I need it to be. So probably to about there. So I'm just going to cut off what I think I might need. Just try and make that even. They're a bit fiddly. And then I've taken another piece. I'm not sure this one's going to be big enough actually. And what I'll do with that is I'm going to glue it on the back there, and then I'll fluff out all the ribbon. So I suppose you could pin it or put some tape on it or something. But I think I'm going to glue that, and then you can see how it's starting to fluff out already. And then add it, let it be drying well, and then add it at the end. So to make the ends nice, I'm just going to fold the end of the bow and just cut down that way. And then the same on the other side.
So just for some perspective, this is how close Alfie actually lays to the fire. His nose is maybe 2 inches off the fireplace. Well, off the fire itself. I don't know how he doesn't cook.
He's an old dog, he likes to keep warm, bless him.
And always the star, Dottie's here whenever the camera's out.
So I've got some little green hangers that I'm going to use to, because they're wire, I'm going to use them to wire in the candy canes and the lollipops. But I thought just as an addition, because it all seems to be very much red, white and silver, that I would put a little bow. I'm just going to experiment with it and see what happens. It's not quite even. Just on the top of the candy cane, the lollipop, sorry. Maybe it just needs to be a little bit smaller, that bow. I think it looks better like that than plain. So I'm just going to do a few of those. I don't think I'm going to need too many in the wreath. Maybe just 3. So I'm just cutting the ends with the seamed edge being the longest bit.
After they've been folded in half.
After they've been folded in half, which gives you that lovely bow finish. I'll do the same on this side. And that's that. So I'm thinking I might wire the bow in next, so that I've got my starting point. So I'm determining the top of the wreath by placing the bow where I want it, and then I'm just popping these on to see where I'm going to put them and how many sweets I'm going to need and canes, etc. I think we probably want 2 up there somewhere, don't we? And maybe a couple more down here. I think that'll be about it. Maybe put some little ribbons in as well. Yeah. What are we doing, Dottie? So I'm just going to twist 2 of these hooks together. Just to make it a little bit longer.
I think she thinks you're holding a real candy cane.
No candy for you, my girl. And then just wire it to one of the branches. Just twisting it round the back. And then just pull that up to where I want it. We've just got 2 sweets left to do. I have actually decided now to cut these off. I think it's easier to wire them with these out. So I'm just going to repeat that with the wires. So just to finish it off, I'm just going to gently thread a very thin ribbon through the wreath, just looping it round. Not in any particular order. And I'll just finish with a loop at the top. And I'll just loop that, fix that last loop in. And that's my finished wreath.
So how high do you want it?
I think that's all right, don't you?
Yeah.
Right place. Just needs a few tweaks on the actual wreath itself. Yeah.
Well then?
Now just one more to get up.
Is that it? Does that look all right, Ellie Rose? Mm-hmm. Yep. So we're just going to put yours up now. That's it.
Right.
Is that it, Ellie Rose?
Yep.
That looks nice.
I'll let you lot do a bit of...
Yeah, it's nice. Lovely.
Just needs a little bit of zhuzhing up and it'll be perfect.
And the white tea as well.
And that's it with the light lit up. We're just going to now wrap the door. So we'll show you how we do that. So another idea I've had is to decorate the jars in the kitchen, the storage jars. So anything with a loop on like that, or these jars. So I've got some very tiny little gingerbread Christmas tree decorations. I bought them about 2 or 3 years ago to hang on a real tree that was maybe that high in the kitchen. So as I said, I do kind of recycle stuff. So I'm hoping that I've cut this ribbon long enough. And I don't think I have. So let's find another piece, a bit longer, do another bit. I mean, you could do it with like Christmas baubles or anything really. It's roughly the same. A bit more that way. It's a bit fiddly, but once you get the ribbon how you want it. I don't know about you, but I think that looks quite cute. And then I'm just going to just trim the ends again. Just to neaten them up. Oops. That's not very neat, but you get the general idea.
It's rustic, it's fine.
It's rusty, yeah. So I've got some more of those, so I'll do some more jars a bit later.
Okay, that's all for this week. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, please remember to like, subscribe and ring that notification bell. And for future updates from us, you can also go down in the links in our description to our Instagram and Facebook. Both are @PortugalDreamzzz. And until then, we'll see you next week. Bye!